Hello, you're listening to Hibs Talk. I'm your host as always, Gav. Joining me today is Dave.
Alright.
And Stephen. How you doing?
Not bad. You nearly went to him first.
I know.
I thought about it.
You looked at him and I was like, what are you doing? No. Don't break tradition.
I know. So this is a wee bit later than planned this week. It's the Thursday. We were planning on doing it on the Monday, but I'd sat an exam on the Monday. Wasn't the best place to do a podcast. I wasn't up for it. And then I think folk will forgive us for deciding to watch the Champions League semi-finals on Tuesday and Wednesday. And I think it was worth it. For a completely selfish reason.
No, I would have much rather have watched the football than sit and talk to you.
What was a better comeback?
For me, Liverpool.
I was
just because
of
who it's against.
The expectation as well, it was pretty much down to nothing, eh? Like, as soon as you went 3-0 down to Barca, you'd always think that they would score as well. That was a shock for me that they never scored. So,
Tottenham's you can't rubbish that either.
I know.
So.
I think the thing was though that Ajax had already done better than expected, eh? Like they had already well exceeded it.
I felt sorry for Ajax. Didn't feel sorry for Barca.
No.
I felt sorry for Messi because
I didn't.
He's the greatest.
He's not though, is he?
Oh no, I didn't.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that debate, but he is.
My wee brother didn't understand why I was celebrating so much when Tottenham scored, and he's like, "You don't even like Tottenham." I'm like, "Doesn't matter. We just witnessed that. It's just
Yeah, I let out a noise.
Football.
A noise. I don't know what the noise was. It was like Gary Neville.
Aye.
Like esque, but
aye, it was brilliant. Anyway, let's get talking about Hibs. Enough about that big
fantasy football.
Aye,
that's fantasy football.
So let's get on with Hibs then. Talking about Hibs. Kicking off with the news. So I mean, I was at the press conference today, and there's a few things that Heckingbottom kind of spoke about. One we'll get back to, which was our question, but it was interesting that he kind of spoke about there could potentially be quite an overhaul this season. He wants a small squad for next season. However, 10 players are currently set to leave. We've got McNulty, Gold, Omiyonga, Bogdan, Johnson, Agipong, and then players that are signed up permanently, because those were the loans ones, are Bartley, Spectre, Nalom and Agipong. So out of those 10, who do you think would stay and who would you keep?
Well, Agipong should have been on the other list with the loans, but we'll go
you know what I meant?
Are you asking who we should keep?
Who should we keep?
Omiyonga, maybe McNulty.
Dave?
Yeah, Omiyonga's to me is a must. I was 100% McNulty until the last few games. I'm like, if we don't get him, wouldn't be the end of the world. But he is a quality player, so. But I won't be gutted if we don't get him now. I think that's the stage I'm at, personally.
What about the likes of Bartley being a great servant for the club?
Again, won't be annoyed if he signs a year extension or something. But I can't see him playing. So.
Agipong, I've actually got Agipong twice. That's probably the reason why there's been a mistake. He spoke about keen to come back, maybe on another loan or something. Is that something you would like to see? Give the guy a proper chance after injuries have wrecked his first season.
I was telling you this earlier on the day, is the fact that's Man City now sent 2 players to us, both the same position, and both of them have ended up injured for most of the season. Barker last season, Agipong this season. Do you think they'll risk bringing them back here?
Is that Hibs' fault though?
It's not Hibs' fault, but then again it could be down to the Scottish game. Like maybe just done too lightweight for it. Look at Paddy Roberts when he went on loan to Celtic. He was injury prone as well. It's just a thing with the Scottish game. But it'd be good to see him back, I think.
Yeah. The other bit of news was he kind of spoke about Adam Jackson, the centre back he's been linked with. I was kind of expecting him to kind of play it down and stuff, but he was he
was at the Hearts game.
Aye, so I think there was
quite hard to play it down.
Hard to play it down. Centre back, he's 24 but 25 next week. 6'2", contract expires in the summer. We've not offered him a contract currently. He was up watching Edinburgh Derby, as you said. He's only made 6 appearances this season. He's been on the bench, not really been plagued with injuries, just been on the bench. But the manager still wants to keep him for them going into the Championship. They've just been promoted, second place. So, I mean, it seems to me he wants to leave for football. But yeah, 6 appearances in League One. Does that strike you with confidence?
No, but it's good that the manager wants to keep him, I suppose.
Yeah.
He's quite young-ish.
For a centre back,
25
that's a
next
good age
week,
for a centre back.
Yeah, I would say so. So Heckingbottom will have seen him though.
Did he not sign him for Barnsley?
Don't have a clue.
I think
I'm
so.
sure-
3 years ago he signed for Middlesbrough, so
2016.
probably would have been Barnsley. Would have been Heckingbottom in charge.
So I don't mind that, because managers do that with players when they
Bring
move
in their
clubs
own
and that. They
players,
bring in their own folk and that. And if he's seen them enough, then for
He's
what
just
I've seen
like
of
the players
Heckingbottom
at
so
Warburton
far,
in
then fair
2020,
play.
Nottingham and that, yeah.
Does that feel? Would you be quite happy with? Obviously we've not seen this boy, but Adam Jackson, Darren McGregor, Hanlon, and Porteous. Would you be happy with the 4 of them competing for the 2 positions?
Yeah, if
Competition for places.
he'd maybe fill the void that Darnell Johnson won't be back up. I don't think.
No. We'll wait and see what happens with that. Okay, let's get into the Rangers game then. One of the positive things about taking a few days break was, Dave, you've had an opportunity to calm down.
You got a new mug. Can we talk about that first?
Right, we can that yeah. My wee brother has won my birthday, because it was my birthday this week. Feel free to comment below saying happy birthday. I just want the comments.
You can take it since I've.
We'll
made the
get back
coffee
to that in
roll.
a second.
Yeah.
So my wee brother lovingly, thankfully he stalled in doing it because he was going to be more organised, and then it would have came with the old logo, but we just changed our logo. So luckily he done it last minute. The new logo, and on a mug in there it says Gav's mug. However, I'm not drinking it because it's got sugar in it. I don't take sugar in my coffee. Dave, do you take sugar in your coffee?
Yeah, I take 2, mate.
Alright, who made the coffees?
Kunto coffee. I made the coffee. Not accidentally, right? But I get the new mug.
Accidentally, yeah.
So I.
So I'm stuck with Simon Murray, who doesn't even play for us anymore. Yeah, so that now that you're both kind of...
I'm just stalling.
Yeah, because you do want to talk about Rangers.
Yeah.
So, 1-0 defeat. Heckingbottom spoke about Rangers showed us a bit more respect than the last time we played them. How, Dave, since you're so eager to talk about it, how do you feel we set up against Rangers, and what kind of attitude did we have against Rangers?
It's quite difficult to talk about because of how much I don't like Rangers. So I find my judgment gets clouded off easy. Like, I just go angry. Like, I don't think it was good enough. I don't think we were attacking enough to only have our first shot on target will be Flo in the 87th minute. Or you'll probably come back to that, but it's not good enough. And there's one thing that Heckingbottom says which I liked when he first said it, and then I sat back and I was like, it's when he said that when players, if a team cuts them through them and plays good football and scores, he doesn't mind that. No, that's fine, because then he's no instilling fear into the team that you can't lose a goal. Because at the end of the day, anybody can score a good goal. But to then go to Ibrox and almost sit in front of them and invite it on, that's what it felt like we were doing. And it felt like a matter of time before they scored. And the Heckingbottom after the game said that they scored when they were on top. They were on top the entire first half. So why, if you're setting up against a team, and Rangers are decent, they've got better, they've got good players, then they are going to be able to cut through you. So it's almost like you've just been like waiting on an inevitable happening, and that's what it felt like, and then it happened. So that's what annoyed me, because I was like, this is not good enough already, we need to change something, and they scored.
It was Defoe with the goal. Stephen, how was it? Defoe got through a few times one-on-one. How worrying was it seeing him getting the better of McGregor and Hanlon and turning him a few times and getting a few chances on goals? And I mean, fair play to him. He's not got the pace that he used to have, but he's definitely a clever striker. But how frustrating it's from a Hibs point of view.
The thing is, like, when you play 15 years in the Premier League, it just comes with experience. You always get in the positions. Was it not Davis that assisted him as well?
Yeah.
So I mean, you look at the experience, and I think it was just right place, right time for him. Probably could have done better in trying to intercept it, but it happens. Like, if there was any Rangers player that I would have expected to score against us, it would have been Defoe. So it happens, you get over it.
Mm-hmm. And Dave, was it a surprise for you for Defoe to start? I mean, we spoke about it in the preview last week. You thought Morelos would be back in.
Yeah,
No?
I did think Morelos would be back, but then
Defoe kept his place.
you see the logic both ways.
Yeah.
Morelos let everybody down, so sit on the
Defoe's
bench and wait.
Defoe's stepped up.
Yep.
So, one change, so get both your opinion on this. Ryan Gauld came in for Canberra. Stephen, starting with you, how do you think Ryan played?
Push.
Considering,
Really poor.
considering, I mean,
I can understand because you had this argument earlier about the fact that he's just back after 3 months. And
first game in exactly 3 months.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still been playing in the development league against like first team players, no full first team squads, but first team players. He's got experience. He's been playing in Portugal first team football for the last 3 years. So coming back after 3 months, shouldn't be as bad as it was for him. I think it's coming to the last games of the season. Ken's that the next 2 games after that he's gone back. So, and I don't think we'll see him again. So it's just you get on with it.
Interesting that neither of you mentioned him potentially coming back when we ran through the players that are leaving. At 10 players. So, Dave, what was your thoughts on his performance?
I was disappointed, which probably the biggest feeling, because I wanted to see him for so long, and then it's like he starts against Rangers, and I get that he's been out for ages, right? I'm alright with that. So you can maybe cut him a wee bit of slack there, but if he's been fit the last few weeks and he's been playing in the development team, maybe just waiting on his chance, then that was his chance, and I don't think he took it. I think he was anywhere near close to taking it, and I think for a player of his quality meant to be, that I expected more. And I think it's wee things like that. You've got to come in, you've got to take a chance, or well, that's football, innit? And I don't think he took his chance, and he might well get a chance against Kilmarnock and Aberdeen and play decent and prove everybody wrong. But since he's been here, whether it's through injuries or whatever, he's effectively done nothing.
2 final points on the Rangers game. Canberra replaced him. Stephen, how do you feel Canberra done?
I think that gave him the kick up the arse that he needed. Like, for the last few weeks, he's been out on the left. He's been bang average for the majority of the games. Whether he's been playing out of position or not, he could have done a lot more, I think, because he gets plenty of time on the ball. But I think like it was more a statement from him to come on, and he says like, I should have been starting this game, because he came on, and that's the best I've seen him play this second half of the season.
Oh, he was nippy. He changed the tempo of the game. We naturally, when you're only 1-0 down, the home team's is going to like maybe lay off a wee bit, and you're going to have come into the game because you've got a chance of coming back in it. It was just one chance, and he changed the tempo for me as well, though. Him and Ajipong.
Should he have scored?
Yes.
Aye.
That to me is more sounds like I'm being negative, but he should have scored. It's more of a bad miss than a good save.
Aye, the keeper didn't know anything about it.
No, it was just hit his leg.
Speaking of the goalkeeper,
You got the bleep track on, or do we behave?
Behave, yeah.
Right, okay. Well,
You can say
there isn't enough
similar
bleeps
words
in the
but-
world for what I feel about that man.
Right, okay. You
But-
don't like him, but right decision to send him off?
Yes. I don't understand how it's a free kick either. James
Because he
McLean.
nah,
No. McLean done the exact same the week before against Hearts.
I don't want to talk
Frown
about.
at
I
me.
don't want to talk about McLean, but
He did.
that's fine if he's made a mistake last week. By the letter of the law,
But I never moaned about it last week.
But no,
But McLean's standing at the edge of the box when Marciano goes to take the goal kicks, right? Marciano is walking towards him as much as McLean's standing his ground. So you're allowed to stand in a natural position. That's what the law is, right?
I'm just going by what I've seen on Twitter.
I
People,
think
refereeing people were saying that was a free kick. The referee got that one right.
I don't think refereeing people.
I don't know.
Right. So Rangers fans,
No,
nah. Hearts fans.
it was a Hibs fan.
Is it?
Aye, who's done refereeing.
I'm extremely biased, so I'm going to keep going. So I just don't think. I think it was a Hibs free kick
Right.
and a centre half goalkeeper. But I think
Right. And then apparently it should have been a drop ball. I do agree that maybe Hibs should have contested for it more, but yeah, should have been a drop ball, not a retake of the corner, which
again
I
it's
know.
absolutely shambolic. Because right, so see the next time the ball comes into us, we'll just hold it, right? We'll
Mhm.
just hold it, put up our jumper, and then we'll throw it back out. Because it's not why not influence the game if you can?
yeah, well,
Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
But apparently that's
Aye, but it's
that's the
stupid
rules.
then.
So
It's stupid.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but yeah. Okay, so before Dave starts going on a rant, let's finish with the Rangers game there. Any positives to take from it?
It's over.
Canberra looked a bit more lively.
Canberra looked good when he came on. I think Adjupong looked good when he came on.
Yeah.
And it was a kind of nothing game. They weren't even that good.
No.
It felt like the end of the season game. I just wanted us to be better against them, because against them this season we've barely put a glove in them. We're lucky to have only lost once.
Fair enough.
Wanted more.
Okay, so more positive stuff. The Hibernian ladies have got their cup final. They're going for the SWPL Cup for the 4th year in a row. So any Hibs fans that are free Friday night, we're going to do a review of the game next week once it's actually been and gone. But playing Glasgow City, and it's at Pennycar Stadium in Airdrie, Friday the 10th of May, which is obviously tomorrow. 7:35 kick-off. So, and Stephen, you were saying, believe it's pay at the gate, yeah?
Pay at the gate, or it's free for season ticket holders.
Perfect. So if you've got a season ticket holder and you've got nothing to do tomorrow night, get along. I've got a stag do, unfortunately, because I really wanted to go. I missed that because to get the guy's home stag do, because he had a stag do in Amsterdam and I couldn't afford it. So, I really need to go.
Student problems.
I know. But now the recent games, they actually lost 3-0 to Celtic in their last game. But other than that, they've beat Spartans, they've beat Stirling University, they've beat Forfar Farmington, and the last game against Glasgow City was on the 29th of March, and they lost 1-0, and that was at home. So it seems to be, though, in the league, Glasgow City always seem to have the upper hand, but in terms of in the cups, seems to be a bit of magic there. So fingers crossed for another cup win and a 4th one in a row. Right, we're going to talk about the youngsters next. I asked the manager today about if any chance we could see. I know a lot of them are out on loan and stuff, but any chance we could see some of them between now and the end of the season, because he spoke about getting some of them in the squad for next season, and about 4th is gone, so we might as well. He seemed a bit torn on it. You can check out the audio. I might edit an audio. I don't know. But that's more work for
If
us.
you
So
can
probably
be
not.
bought.
So, Dave, one player that you're thinking, right, I think we're going to see them in the squad next season. You have to talk about too much, but who do you see we're going to see a youngster that's going to be in the squad a lot next season?
Well, out of the obvious ones, I think that Fraser Murray's probably got a decent chance. He came on a bit recently.
But unfortunate with injuries.
Yeah, but there's obviously something that I quite like about him, and for me, he's not done a great deal when he has come on, but I think he needs to get an opportunity even the next couple of games, and come into the manager's plans a wee bit more. So I think he's definitely got an opportunity next year.
Steven?
Sean Mackey, I think he'll get a bit more game time. Like, this is the first season that we've seen a bit like Stevenson a bit more weak. Like, he's been out with injuries
a bit weak.
No, I mean, like, he's been more injury prone. That's what I meant.
Right.
Like, he's been out with injuries this season, whereas he's always been constantly in the squad beforehand.
I nearly smashed Gav's new mug.
Bad word done. But I think he'll get more of a chance next season now that Stevenson's pushing on a wee bit. He'll be in and out of the squad. So
I've got a couple other players here in the youth team and stuff. So I want just quickly from the two of you, I want you to say whether we should have them as an active part of the first team squad, or whether we should send them out on loan, a development loan. Obviously, this is all dependent on the reserve league and all that sort of stuff. But development loan or keep them in the first team. So we've got Ennis Murray's the first one.
Loan.
Jamie Gullen.
Loan.
Ben Sterling.
Loan.
Oh, I've heard he's been doing alright at right back in the development team. Keep.
Dabrowski.
Keep.
And Callum Donaldson, apparently the fastest player at the club.
Be keeping him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Played right back and left back.
Exactly. I'd sit him behind Boyle next season if Gray's out.
Fair enough. So you get Sterling and Donaldson competing for Gray's place if Gray's got any injuries. Fair enough. Okay, so on to the Killie game, and then we're going to let Dave go because he's got to go play fives. Steve Clark, let's start with him. One manager of the year, deserving.
For consistency in his time there, I would say so.
Oh, that's record points 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So can't really moan.
Next season, will he be the Scotland manager? Will he be away back down south, or will he still be at Kilmarnock?
South.
Down south.
Fair enough. Who's getting third, Aberdeen or Kilmarnock?
Aberdeen, because they've got Hearts to play. That's my reasoning.
I would say Aberdeen.
Because Kilmarnock have got us and Rangers.
Yeah.
So Aberdeen will get it, I think.
So their recent games, Kilmarnock beat Hearts at whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to think of like a really like rubbish nickname for it, but I'm sure there's loads. Slime Castle or something like that, and I couldn't think of one off the top of my head.
That's probably the worst one I've ever heard.
Don't know.
The bus shelter.
Bus shelter.
They got beat off Celtic. Turn over my notes. This is why it was better on the iPad than the paper.
You know me to progress, like you know me to get me.
I know I'm going backwards in technology. They got beat off Aberdeen at home, and the last game before the split they beat St Johnstone. So a bit of an indifferent form, but like I said, records point tally, doing really well. Steve Clark's getting all the plaudits, like the Scotland job and stuff. So how are you feeling about the game?
I think a bit of pride needs to be restored. I've said that before after a 3-0 lights out debacle of a game, but I think I would, if Heckingbottom is going to experiment and it's going to be a bit different, then I would hope that it's just entertaining. Who cares what happens? Just
Biggery Mana's going to play defensive mid.
Just go out and like just try and blow them away, because why not? Like I'm not bothered if we get beat as long as Hearts get beaten, and that's it for the last season. I just want to finish above Hearts, but I think it's happened anyway.
Yeah, I don't think they're winning another game this season.
No. Entertainment is what I request.
Fair enough, Stephen. How would you line up against them?
How would I line up?
Would you make any changes, or would you sort of stick to that core?
I wouldn't make any significant changes. I think that after Canberra's performance, he needs to come back in the squad. But I'd be back at 4-4-2. I'd put him up front. I think him and McNulty have both got something to prove now. No scored for a while. So
I start Adipong.
That would be my one change.
On the left.
I would even take out Horgan and put Agipong on, to be honest.
We've seen Horgan. Horgan's going to be here next year.
Yeah.
So.
No. Well, hey, as Heckingbottom was saying, that he's thinking about, he's not, he'll know now, but you know, earlier on at 12 o'clock today, he hadn't made his mind up yet whether he was going to experiment or whether, usually he knows his team by now, but he doesn't yet. Still considering changing. So
I don't think there'll be any big significant changes. I think maybe Fraser Murray will get a bit more game time.
Possibly.
Just be benched players, maybe.
Getting a run out in the last 30 minutes if there's opportunity to do so.
Spectre right back, maybe.
Maybe.
Aye.
Just wee things like that, and just to see if it is worth
keeping these guys on.
Yeah.
Okay, so score predictions.
3-1 for me.
To Hibs?
Of course.
Dave?
I thought I only put sugar in his. I didn't know aware that I put in something else. I'll go, I think 1 each.
1 each.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Right, we're going to leave it there, folks. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook and that at HFC Talk. And if you like this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe on either iTunes, Spotify or YouTube or wherever you find your podcasts. All good podcast players as well. So we'll be back next week to look back at the Kilmarnock game, look ahead to the last game of the season and talk about what plans we've got for podcasts over the summer, because we're going to keep you, give you some Hibs content over the summer. We're not going away. Anyway, thanks for listening, folks, and enjoy your weekend.